Hey, it's Coach Bev, and I'm here today in my Being Balanced studio to talk to you about something that most of us do not think about, and that's your posture. It's so important before you start a strength training program that you understand your body specifically and all of your imbalances. The goal in the Being Balanced method is to bring balance back into the body. So let me show you a short, simple, easy method. It's the Being Balanced self-assessment to help you figure out what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and how to build a better balance. Go to the link listed below, click on that, and this will help guide you through each step of the checklist. I've been working with my daughter, Allison, for over a year now, and boy, have we seen some great results. When I first started working with her, she had terrible posture. First of all, she had an elevated shoulder. She was all slouched forward, so much so, and she spent so much time on her iPhone and iPad that she got what I call tech neck. So Allison's going to help me demonstrate to you what are some of the most important areas that you need to be aware of. And let's start that Being Balanced self-assessment checklist. Look into the mirror. First thing I want you to notice is your head. Where is it? Is it over the center of your shoulders? Or is it in front? This is the way Allison was before she started the Being Balanced method. She was living in protraction with stooped shoulders, and her neck was completely out of alignment. Next, I want you to look at the shoulders. Are they level, or is one higher than the other? Next thing I want you to notice is, are your shoulders stacked directly on top of your hips? So let's look here from the side. Does this come right on top of this top hip? Again, when Allison started, she was here, and the shoulders were 1 or 2 inches in front of her hips. Nothing was stacked in perfect alignment. When looking at the hips, we want to look at 2 things. Hips, are they parallel? So I want to find the top of my hips to measure. So put your hands on top of your hip bone. Allison's pretty balanced because she's been working on it for over a year. But when she first started, one was way elevated than the other. So that's one thing. The other thing is from a side view. Let's turn around and look. When you're looking at rotation of the hip, perhaps one side rolls in more than the other. One's more rotated than the other. What I'm looking for is hopefully both of those hips are parallel, perfectly parallel to the mirror. So what do you notice about your hips? So not only if they're parallel or if one's higher, but do they rotate backwards? Or maybe your hips rotate forward. So I call this the Elvis pelvis, and this one the posterior tilt. So when we're looking at the knees, the first thing we want to do is stand in ready set position with your feet shoulder width apart, directly underneath your hips and right underneath your shoulders. What's going on with the knees? Does one knee point to first? Maybe one knee points to third base, or maybe you're bow-legged. And the other possibility, you might be a little knock-kneed. Look at your feet. Do they go parallel? Are they both going forward? Or maybe one foot goes out and maybe you might be a little pigeon-toed and one toe or both toes move in. Close your eyes. What do you notice? Do you like to stand on one foot more than the other? From a side angle, let's check and see. Do you stand more on your heels? Or maybe you like to stand on your toes? What do you notice when you got your eyes closed? Do you like to roll out on the sides of your feet? Or perhaps you roll in? Do you know what that muscle's called? The hallucis. Everything begins with the foot. So if you don't have the feet right, you can't possibly load the whole spine up. So it's really important to make sure that your feet are in good alignment. Isn't that kind of cool? That they call it the hallelucious. So to me, I think about that and that muscle, and make sure that hallelujah, everything. If this is all lined up, then you're setting your whole body up to be in balance. Now that you know what your imbalances are, let's fix them. Follow me. It's easy. We'll have you standing tall in no time. Down and get your own copy. There's a link below. All right. Okay. Let's take a minute and what was I going to say again? Oh, I like that.
Call some knees.
Honey. She's going to keep that one, I guarantee you.